It's inspiring. Because your mentorship journey, you talk a lot about what we study in this channel, which is mentors so often open doors, and we as mentees, our responsibility is to walk through them, even if we experience fear or we don't know what's going to be on the other side. Because so many times as mentors, I feel we may open the doors, or a door may be open for us, and it's just a matter of if we take action and walk through it. So it's so cool to see that the door was open, you took advantage of it, and I'm sure your professional life was, and probably personal life was changed dramatically because of that decision and that door that was open for you. I had met the late Dr. Sadeghi.
Yes.
I know he was a big pioneer here in California with all the work that he's done, and was very influential. So I could only imagine all the great things that you learned and where you're at today because of those experiences.
He was a man that came from Iran with nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, he told me his stories. Like he was able to go and get a doctoral degree and open up this business with all these different offices, and he had this love and passion for life. I would just bask in his presence, and when we would talk, he was so funny because you could call him, talk about a mentor. You could call him at any time, and he never, you never sensed that he was annoyed or that you were bothering him or that he didn't have time for you. He just loved the fact that you picked up the phone to call him, whether you just to tell him something or to ask him a question or to, just pick his brains about something. The fact that you took that effort to call him, he always made himself available. And even if he was like in a meeting, he would get back to you right away. And so that really, for me, was the epitome of a mentor.
What would you say are the most important things that a mentor should do when delivering mentorship?
Listen. I feel it's very important to hear what the other person is saying or sharing or asking, and helping the person to make sure that they feel valued and seen and heard and supported and guided. It's not about being right or wrong or it's my way. It's about let me hear where you are and where you want to go, and let me just share with you authentically my experience, which may inspire you. I was on a call yesterday actually, and she says, Lori, I want to share my story. She's a parent, with a child with special needs, and I don't know if I've shared this yet, but I am also a parent with a child with special needs as well. And so I wear both hats. I wear a clinical hat and I wear a parent hat too. So she came to me, and in that hour that I met with her, and it was just listening, and it was just hearing what she was wanting to share and where she was wanting to go. And I was able to kind of cue into her values and just kind of give her support and guidance or ideas. By the end of our 1 hour, she says, Lori, I am so inspired that now I'm going to write my book and I'm going to start writing tonight. I said, beautiful.
Awesome.
Yes.
Nice.
So
impact,
the impact, right? So, sometimes it's not even about an agenda, right? We think about, we have to have an agenda and outcomes, and when you're mentoring, it's just having humanity and being with somebody in their presence and listening and being there as a support. And if I can share my story and my journey and inspire you in any way, shape, or form, beautiful. And it's reciprocal oftentimes.
Yeah, no, I appreciate, the lesson of listening and the skill of listening is such an important skill. You mentioned a little bit about you as a parent, you just shared that you have a child with special needs. How has that changed your profession, your way of looking at what you do for a living?
Oh my gosh, 100%. It's because of my son that it really was the catalyst to help me to start to go within and kind of dive into my own self journey, if you will. So my journey towards my own healing, my journey towards, struggling as many parents do, and especially, parents with children with special needs. I was struggling with stress and anxiety and just the fear of the unknown. And I'm sure many parents can relate, especially parents that have children with special needs, because I've been in the field and I hear it. I hear it from our families. And now I'm in those shoes.
Do you mind talking to us about the new venture that you started?
Yes.
And the coaching that you're providing? Because that's what this channel's about. So
Yes.
You're doing it at a big level. So
So personal development, my Life by Design company, I do workshops and I do a lot of speaking and trainings utilizing ACT, so acceptance and commitment, training and coaching is what I call it, because I don't call it therapy, because I'm not doing therapy. I'm training and giving people these tools. I also do mentor and supervise somebody else. She's a BCBA, she owns a company, and she's actually working on like fitness and health and nutrition and habit reduction with alcohol and smoking cessation. So I supervise and provide mentorship utilizing ACT with her and her clients. So I do that as well. It's so fascinating because the population I'm working with, they're not behavior analysts.
yeah.
They have no background of behavioral philosophy and theory and principles.
Yeah.
And so, just the other day, I'm part of this organization called We All Grow Amigas. And it's specifically Latina group, and they're all entrepreneurs, or, we're in this, I think there's like 30,000 members.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot. It's huge.
Across the country?
Across the country, okay? And we have a weekly mentorship call, and I do trainings. And it's just fascinating that I had the opportunity last month to teach them about relational frame theory.
Wow. You probably didn't use that word, right?
I did.
Oh, you did? Oh, my
I
gosh.
did.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
this is what's fascinating, is that they want to learn the science.
Okay.
But it's
Cool.
important that I break it down for them in terms of what does this actually mean, and why is it relevant, and why is this important to know? How does this have meaning and impact in our lives?
Yeah.
So
cool.
that's what I really enjoy. For me, is contribution,
Yeah.
is dissemination of our science, but doing it in a way that's meaningful for people, that they can walk away from that workshop or from that training or from that coaching session and go, wow, I never thought of my thoughts or my language, my verbal behavior in that way.
Yeah. How would you recommend for somebody that's looking to use their ABA experience and education outside of working with children with autism? How would you recommend them exploring that?
That's what's so beautiful about our science, and the application is so broad. So I would definitely say first start with going to conferences, maybe being a part of special interest groups, join organizations as a mentee so you can get mentored, see what other people are doing, and just start branching out in that way, right? My whole thing is like, nobody's gonna come knocking on your door to say, can I mentor you?
Yeah.
It's just, that doesn't happen, right? So it really takes for us to put ourselves out there, go to the workshops, go to the conferences, see what people are doing and say, hey, I really like what you're doing. I have this similar passion and interest. Do you need an assistant? Or how can I assist you in some way? That's how I want to learn.
Right. To start descending and landing the plane, the last question I have is, what advice would you give for future behavior analysts, future professionals?
Just don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. Just keep growing, keep thriving, keep learning, keep being curious, keep disseminating, keep broadening our application, because that's the beauty of our science, is it's broad in its scope and its application. And I know there is a huge need for autism service delivery, but there's so much more we can be doing and contributing. And I just love to see the field move in that direction. Yeah.
It will. It will.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Lori Ochoa.
Yes, thank you.
Finally, 4 years in the making, but we're here.
We are.
We're
We
wrapping
made it.
up. Yes. Cheers. We
Yes,
did it with
cheers.
coffee.
Yes.
And
Thank you for having me. This was a pleasure.
Thank you for watching. For more insights on the power of mentorship, please watch our monthly Mentorship Espresso on the first Friday of every month. And if you like this content and appreciate it, please click like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.